Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and I wanted to come out here and do a video on purpose and pain, suffering, discomfort. It all depends on what extreme it is for you. I do know a lot of us grew up almost glorifying like pain and being triumphant over pain and situations like that. And it's because of our environment. Beautiful butterfly. The monarchs are out. It's so awesome. And they just like fly all around me and it's like dope. It's almost like we have a butterfly garden. But anyway, and this is my second attempt of trying to do this video. I did it earlier while I was sitting out on the ground, just connecting, and I was a little distracted. But a lot of us did grow up, talking about how we're suffering due to, God's plan and all that stuff. I do still believe in that. I believe we came here for a purpose, and our paths are our paths. Our life is our life. It's all the same difference to me. My life is my life. Your life is your life. That's your path. Your life is your path. And I like to think of this as alchemy. What we're talking about is pure fucking alchemy. Um, Alchemy is the ability to take something that is deemed as undesirable, not good, useless sometimes. Just all depends on the viewpoint, and turning it into something that that is life changing and life altering for the better. And so a lot of people view alchemy as the story of Midas. If you heard of like having the Midas touch, the story about the king who literally could touch things and it turned into gold. They only view it from that point of view. They don't get the storytelling in it. And so a lot of us who have endured a great deal of suffering, a great deal of pain, a great deal of loss, a great deal of emptiness, and have figured out ways to fill those voids, to patch those leaks, to heal that pain, to turn that pain into something far greater than what it initially stood for, are alchemists. Um, if you are on the path of a great deal of suffering, because I do know some people would be like, well, why do some people, got to go through rape, have to go through, because I talk about my own journey of rape and incest and just physical abuse, financial abuse, mental abuse, abuse. Some of it I had no control over, far as being a child, and then adulthood. Some of it I still didn't have no control over, but I also did also make decisions to put myself in that pathway, and so I had to learn where I was making mistakes at that were literally from my own upbringing and conditioning. But some of us are still on the path of like saying, well, why does this stuff exist? We live in a society that was purposely, intentfully created and designed to kill us, to drain us, whether it was a slow drain or whether it was immediate deaths. Um, there was a system created by white colonizers, and their descendants uphold it to this day. Um, I don't know if that cut off, but their descendants uphold it to this day. Not only do their descendants uphold it to this day, there are also um, people who look just like the people who are victimized who uphold it. Um, is not about white or black, even though they have created the system based off of that reality. They are literally draining and taking advantage of all of us. And the very people who are being victimized are victimizing others. And so if you have a system that is designed and built like this on purpose, God is going to put his children. I don't look at God as his or her. I look at God as all. God is omnipotent, all knowing, all seeing, and yet, yes, God can present himself in man form. other life forms, but God is life. God is living things. And these things that have created the system obviously can't sustain on their own. If they could, they would not be using all living things the way that they are, because they're not just draining us humans, they're draining the animals, which humans are animals. I don't know why we so disconnected from that. They're draining the plant life, the seas, the earth, just in general. They're draining the whole environment, fucking up the ozone layer, fucking up the air, just fucking up everything out of pure greed. So in order to fuel their greed, they have to oppress. They have to have a hierarchy system to oppress others. I will say this, that their systems that are built can be alchemized to be used for the better, but we have to wait until they literally do their own destruction. Hold on one second. All right, so I'm back. So anywho, like the system that they do have set up, foundational and idealized, it could literally be alchemized to have a great, flourishing, thriving world. Until then, continue to work on your world, because their world is not the only world that exists. Your world is you, and those you choose to be in it. So continue to work on and cultivate your world. Continue to rebuild and create new systems that actually work for the best of our benefit, because theirs only work for the benefit of a select few. Um, but we go through these situations. God sent us here to literally be in these scenarios and these environments and these situations, um, because who else can handle that? Um, to be in a world where rape, murder, sex, drugs, violence, all that shit, all of it, literally, drugs is medicine that's just being used to destroy. Street drugs are being used to destroy. Even the pharmaceutical ones, the ones in the medical field, are being used to destroy. It is there to keep you constantly sick, not to heal you. However, I do, like I said, anything we have in this world can be used for a greater good. I do believe in Western medicine to a certain extent. Um, but I feel like if something has to keep you revolve like a revolving door in and out, this is not a cure. You're band-aiding some stuff. And we are too far advanced to pretend we don't have cures. So anywho, but yeah, like it is just used in a perverted sense. Sex is sacred. Whether you are practicing abstinence, whether you are participating in a committed relationship, or whether you are participating in having multiple partners, sex is sacred. Sex is sacred. It's just have been perverted. Education. Education is powerful if used in the correct way. The way that it is being used here is to control. It is indoctrination. This is how you do it, and this is why. There is no room for you to think outside the box, just about. Pass this test. No, we don't care about your progress. Pass this test. And even the systems created for the progress, they don't hold weight. So literally the way everything is being done, jail is being done as modern day slavery. It's not for you to be rehabilitated like it should be. It is literally being used to keep a revolving door, so that you can literally, they came out and said it in one of the videos, talking about how another young man killed a rapper, and literally talked about him as a worker that was going to give them free labor. So literally all these things that they have created literally have been perverted. So God puts us here to endure those things. Our families have become perverted, the way the family unit is set up and all that stuff. Like it all stems from the root of these white, and we're not gonna sugarcoat shit, these white Western European men came over and perverted all of these lands, stole the history, whitewashed it, stole your identities, and literally taught you their own ways, which in turn was to fuel their own systems. And so why wouldn't God send his child to be, strung out on drugs so his child can overcome it and teach others how to overcome it? Why wouldn't God send his children to be sex workers knowing that they're using sex to literally pervert systems and spread evil among the masses? Because sex sells. Shit, all this shit sells. That's why they're perverting it. Um, why wouldn't God send his children in those industries to make change? Why wouldn't God send his children? Why wouldn't God send its children into these different scenarios? Um, Rape, child abuse, all those things to help others who are falling victim to these systems. Why wouldn't God send his children to experience these things, not to stay there and stay stuck in the perverse ways, but to take it and turn it for good, the greater good? Why wouldn't God put his children in those positions so that they can find the pain points and literally make change? Like, why wouldn't God? Why would God just simply appeal to those who already have it figured out or already have it a decent way? Why wouldn't God put his strongest soldiers in his toughest battles so that they can come out of it and make a difference and a change in life? So if you are dealing with situations that is great suffering, great pain, I do advise you to. You don't have to glorify it. I do advise you to use your testimony, to use what you overcame, like abuse, whether it's abusive relationships, abusive work environments. Take that shit and make something greater out of it, where you can create systems and create a world that actually functions the way that it's supposed to. So if anybody is discouraging you from doing what you are supposed to in life, drown out that background noise and continue to do what is you are being called to do. Don't allow anybody to distract you from your calling. Um, so yeah, take your pain and make it into something greater, because that's why we're here. We're not here because it's perfect. We are here because it's perfect. It is perfectly designed by God. We're here because it's perverted, and we need to reset the order, the natural order of things, and restore it to all our best benefits. It can't be based on race. It can't be based on sexuality and gender, or who gets to have good conditions. It has to be based on character and based on how pure is your heart, how pure is your actions, how pure is your behavior towards this earth, this planet, and all its inhabitants. Um, just like I said, I was doing this video and I got distracted the first time I was on the ground, and I am now, and you know, the bugs and everything that's outside, I'm in their environment. It's my environment too, but I also have to be respectful. I saw a fire and I'm gonna be respectful and move out of the way. It's not even just fear, it's just like I'm in your space, my bad. And so it's just having respect for this world and how it works. But to be a true alchemist is to take anything you fucking going through and turn it into something great. And I will say this: those who can endure suffering and not let that overcome you to complete bitterness, because we go through phases of healing where we have to go through feeling bitter about a situation and a scenario, but we don't have to stay there. And for those who have mastered taking the good with the bad, taking the good with the bad, it's a time to be alive for you, because you have been through fucking everything that this world possibly could have put you through, and yet you are still here. And not only are you still here, you are literally changing the world by changing yourself and by creating systems and programs and safe spaces for other people to heal, to coexist, to grow, and to live in their truth. So literally, you are serving your purpose, whether you know it or not, and all the job fields and all the little requirements. You showing up every day being you is you serving your purpose. So continue. If you don't feel like you are a great person, so you feel like, how am I serving my purpose? We all play a part. Everything plays a part. So even you are serving your purpose if you are not a good person and you are refusing to do better. So you still play your part in helping others figure it out. So we take the good with the bad over here. That's true alchemy. That's true trust and belief. And whether you believe in God or Jesus, whatever, Allah, Buddha, it's true trust in the oneness of this world, this earth. Um, is to take what is given to you and make the best out of it. I'm just looking at the butterflies, but yeah. So we're not gonna focus too much on glorifying pain, in the sense of we're better than anyone because we've been through this and we came out of it. That's ego. We're just gonna sit here and embrace making this poison into something that is like an antidote. So, yep.